Well, hello there, everyone. I hope everyone is well. Sorry that we have missed you for so long during this last month of moving and all the work we've been doing behind the scenes. But very, very glad to be back with all of you. So welcome to Balsamic Games. Thank you, Vice. Vice, and I think I'm sorry if I have missed a ton of notifications while we were getting ready to go live. We are, as most of you probably know, we are Balsamic Games. Andrea and I are developers, and we have worked on multiple games over the last couple of years since we sort of first founded our little company as a mom and pop, as it were. What do you call it when it's two non-binary people? It's definitely not a mom and pop, but peeps and peeps. That makes it sound like a weird Easter thing.
Oh yeah, so many peeps. Yeah, we're still just a tad under the weather. I don't have a whole lot of a voice, so probably won't be saying a whole lot, but thank you guys so much for being here. We're super happy to be here. Yeah, we're gonna, I guess, introduce everybody now.
Yeah. Bloody Rose says NB and NB. Okay. And start with Mia and work our way across. Mia, if you can tell everybody why you're here and what you do.
Yeah. So I'm really happy to be here. This is kind of amazing for me. So I'm Mia. I'm a visual artist in my free time, let's say. But thanks to Gavin and Andrea, now it's going to be kind of a professional context because I will be drawing the tarot card to represent the different heritages and types of witches that you guys can play. So I'm really excited for that. I work on a lot of stuff in my life, but this is by far the coolest one for me because it's the first time I get to have like a full project from start to finish that I get to do creative work for rather than just support work. So thanks for giving me that opportunity. I'm really happy to be part of the team and I can't wait.
Your creative input on the very first card we worked on together was absolutely amazing and blew us both out of the water. So yeah, we absolutely we've made the right choice, we feel, already, even though we're 1/78th of the way there.
It's fine. We'll have lots of fun making them.
Oh, we will. Yeah, and some of those might end up being open to the public at some point, or at least to our Discord members. Last time we did a little, we did the card drawing live with Mia for our Discord. Yeah.
Yeah.
So little.
And I will record the next times that I do a little session of drawing so that you guys can use them as like rewards or whatever, so that you might have like a time lapse or something.
That'd be super cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Welcome back!
Yay!
So handsome.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. To it. We introduced Mia, the new tarot artist, and I guess I should probably tell you a little bit about what they're making tarot cards for. Children of Midnight has been our baby. We started making toward the beginning of the pandemic, and it quickly blossomed, and we realized that it could scratch a great number of itches for us. As far as our storytelling and the game that it's based on, Forged in the Dark, and being a game about witches rather than a game that has witches in it, or a game that's about witches but most of the characters are mages. You know, there's a lot of subtle differences. This game is purely focused on witches in a non-gendered terminology way. We're trying to turn some of the advertising towards making sure there's at least one dude in every art. but we're really happy with the people we've attracted with what we've done so far too. So. Yes, so Witches of Midnight is the newest iteration. It's a step forward from Children of Midnight Coven. We are going from being a purely digital game to being a print published game, and to do that, we are using Kickstarter. So, you might see in the next couple of minutes some links show up in chat if I can get a hold of them. Showing you that you can now go to Kickstarter and you can get notified when the project goes live. We're still working out the details of when that will happen, but right now we are feeling like that is likely going to be right on the summer solstice, and we will probably have some kind of very large party gathering on Discord to celebrate, and we will be celebrating it up in as witchy a way as we possibly can. So, with that said, some things about that you might know about Children of Midnight are going to change. There are several new grimoires.
You know, we should let everybody else introduce themselves before we go into all these details.
Yeah. Okay.
Get HD strong in this one.
I'm gonna
Sorry,
stop
I'm
there.
reeling you back in.
Yeah, no. Let's leave them hanging on that first part. I love it. Okay, Isabella.
Hi, my name is Isabella. I am an author, and in June of last year, I hit a rut and just could not write anymore for the life of me. And I started coming to these games a lot more often, and found myself unable to stop the story from flowing. And released my first short story set in Children of Midnight Coven for all of Balsamic Games' Patreon supporters. And recently, it has been decided, and I am extremely happy and excited for this, that I will be writing a short story that will feature it within the book. To give everyone sort of like a glimpse of what mission or an undertaking will look like.
Yep. It's going to be the intro to the book itself. So some people jump past fiction. I have to say I'm actually one of them. I tend to read the rules first and then go back to the fiction. But I love having a little bit of fiction right there in the front to sort of welcome me into the game world in a way that's very gripping. Sort of just grabs a hold of you and guides you through a little story and shows you what's possible in the world. And from the bit we've seen so far, it does a very good job of that. So there's a lot more to come with that, but we're very excited to go through that process with you.
I'm excited too. Anyways.
Okay, let's jump over to Francita.
I just want to say right off the bat that I will probably take a little more time doing layout because I will read that story when I'm laying it out. So
that's what we love about you, though, Francita.
Okay, so hi, my name is Francita. I am a layout artist / graphic designer, and I originally did the logo for Children of Midnight.
Yeah.
Then I did the character sheet for the Coven and the main character sheet, which was a blast. It's probably one of my favorite character sheets that I've ever done in my whole career. So yeah, it's very, very stunning. And secretly, I was hoping that they will call me to do layout. We didn't talk anything about that when I was doing the character sheet, so I wasn't sure. And when I started seeing like the whole like changes and stuff, I was like, please, God, please. Yeah. So when they told me that I will be doing layout for the game, I was really, really excited. I love this game. I love the aesthetic, and I love like the whole feel or tone of it, which really, really drew me when I was doing the logo and the character sheet. So yeah, I'm very, very excited to be here. Thank you so much.
We're so grateful to have you, and that you've been available so much for us in the past, and just such tight. Everything you do is so precise and perfect, and you make sure it's perfect to the pixel, and we love that, because that scratches all the good little itches for me. With my little OCD, and I love the fact that anytime we've needed to come back to you and make any edits, you're always happy to do so. And we don't want to come back to you with any of that stuff, and we usually don't need to, but yeah, it's been awesome. And so we absolutely wanted to work with you from the very beginning. To be honest, before we started with anything, one of the first things we decided was that we wanted to work with you. And then
you just like let me just like suffer in silence.
Sometimes it comes down to, we need to make sure we have the ability to get your level of talent on board, that we have the money in the bank, so that we can make sure we have you. And so we don't want to bite off more than we can chew.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Also, one thing that I love about working with you guys is that you have a very clear idea of what you want, and that is very important. It makes my job way easier, because I don't have to like do many iterations of work, because you know what you want, and you send me so many references.
Sorry,
Like,
Recommended by the digital artist.
You describe what you wanted very well. So yeah.
Yeah, you're not the only person that has got sent a customized Pinterest board over the course of this.
Yep.
It's pretty much Andrea's favorite method of directing a project, is by like, I'll make you a Pinterest board and send it to you.
Mood boards are the best.
I want,
like nothing beats a mood board.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Authentic
yes,
artistic communication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get a hold of that link, and let's jump over to Morningstar, and maybe you could give us a little bit about how you came to the game, and how you became a veteran playtester, as it says in the corner of your picture.
Veteran play.
Well, I think I became a veteran playtester just because of time passed, really. We've been playtesting since the beginning, really, more or less.
True.
But the specifics of how I came into it, honestly, elude me, which is usually how the best things are. But I do remember a wonderful message guiding me into your lives as I became the model for, well, I suppose one would just blatantly call him the big bad. But
you could.
We like to approach things with a little bit of moral ambiguity here, rather than sorting black and white. It's no good for writing doing all that. But in doing that, that was just a small thing, really, the photographs. But part of that was getting to know Gavin and Andrea, and getting to know their game, which of course I immediately fell in love with, because it has everything I could possibly want in a storytelling format. Because that's really what I love, is telling a story. And that's what we're doing. We're collaboratively telling a story when we're playing Witches of Midnight. Well, Children of Midnight, previously.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what we will be doing in Witches as well, I'm sure. In some tabletop formats, it can be a bit competitive sometimes between the players and their game masters, but that's not how it is here. We're all working together to tell the most magnificent story, and it really has created such beautiful moments for me that, well, hard not to be a veteran. I can't get enough of it. Can't get enough of them either. Lovely people.
With that glowing recommendation, I do have the link. So if anybody wants to hop over there and hit get notified, then we'll get those numbers up. And the faster those numbers go up, the faster we will work on getting that game out to you and into your hands. So there's still a lot more information to come, so stick around. But yeah, that's you are some of the first people to see that link. So aside from our awesome Patreon and Coffee supporters who have been seeing it for, well, since yesterday. And they've already managed to get it to show up in the leaderboard of growing projects. So that's awesome. All right, Megan. I know you came across the game in much the same way Morningstar did, but have you had any standout moments? And sorry, still need to hydrate.
I gotta close this, I think, 'cause I'm getting really bright. But yeah, we came across it the same way because obviously we're living together. And we've been collaboratively working on the Morningstar as a
We're
project.
living together? Where are you hiding?
Well, no. Don't check the closet. Totally not there. But I don't. There's too many moments. That's the problem.
Yeah.
But on a whole, I'd say like to pile on to the building together as a story. It's a lot of fun, at least to see where we can push the boundaries with each other as lore weaver and player.
Kinds of shiz with it. It is my first tabletop that I was playing. I was gonna get into Dungeons and Dragons, but I totally was offered this first, and I was like, you know what, let's go. Totally glad I took it, because it is really open. I'm glad that I can be as chaotic as I want, and then like everybody else, the way we can work together to just achieve this gigantic goal is amazing. The world building that ends up like is completely different than what I think we're gonna start with the session is kind of amazing as well. And so it's basically like off the cuff. You don't need preparation, which is good for anybody with mental health issues with some of it. We could just jump in, but some things are better with a little bit of prep. There is a reason I just keep coming back.
That's all you need.
Yeah. There is a reason I keep coming back session after session. It's just because I can't get enough of playing each different grimoire, and I just feel like I probably won't ever get sick of it until I run through each combination of grimoire and heritage, which is just going to be never. So everybody's stuck with me for a while.
Well, you're going to love all the new stuff that's coming down the pike. We will have, by the release, we expect to have 22 grimoires. 13 major grimoires that are available to everyone, and then an additional 9 that are heritage specific. And then if the Kickstarter goes well, we'll also be doing stretch goals that include 6, I didn't have enough fingers for that, 6, yeah, there you go, 6 new grimoires based on ideas that we've collected from the group, and the 6th and most powerful, possibly, grimoire we've ever created will be the ultimate stretch goal. And that one was inspired by Morningstar, so very, very much looking forward to that. But we're going to have some amazing rewards, and like we said, it is going to be a book and a tarot deck.
And possibly dice.
Yes.
If all goes well.
And so far it's been going well.
Yeah.
We've already talked to a couple of people and actually had some video meetings, and custom dice are definitely, like, custom made by us with cool, like, internal stuff and layers.
Yeah, we're very excited.
We're still deciding between metal and resin, because there's just amazing stuff that you can do with both. We also want to let people know that if you have been with us on Patreon or Coffee, we will be shutting down those two funding sites. So you are still welcome in our Discord. You will retain all of the benefits that you have accrued, but we will not be using any of those platforms any longer because we want to focus 100% of our energies on getting this game into physical production. Yeah. So, you will, if you have access currently to the to our entire Google Drive, as at least one person does, then you will retain that access. We will not be revoking that access. We have a behind-the-scenes channel. So until then, anybody who just does decide to pump up their membership, you will retain those benefits until there is some reason that we can no longer keep them up. And I don't see that happening anytime in the future. So, but after...
And we're also going to be keeping track of all your names.
Yeah.
And if you decide to back the Kickstarter, you're going to be getting a little treat.
Go on the nice list instead of the naughty list.
Yes, we will keep keeping a nice list. We've already got a naughty list. Morningstar's on there like 7 times. Especially for last week's photo shoot.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So before we sign off, we'll probably be doing a lot more putting videos up on YouTube. We will try to be back. We'll be back next week for Deseret. Isabella will be the lore weaver. So Isabella will be the first showing off the new rules, the parts that they decide to accept and run with. And we might even see maybe some NPCs with the new heritage, Lilitu. So yeah. Some information there. Hydras just didn't get enough interest, so they will be moved to another release. But the Lilitu, the hags, have entered the building, so I think they're going to be super cool. They are the harpies.
The harpies.
Yes. Yeah. So, and thank you, Izza, for
I know,
that name.
Was a perfect name. I was like, yes.
When you texted us that, we had a smile on our face for the entire rest of the day, because we had thought, how in a million years could we possibly get that into our game? Like, And then when you said it, it's like, that is happening.
That's perfect.
So, like I said, more of these videos about what's going to change and everything will be coming out in the future on YouTube. We'll try to do some more personal, private interviews with people that are working with us. We also wanted to announce we have a sensitivity consultant that we are working with. And so you guys will meet them. You guys being everybody here, will probably meet them relatively soon. Chat and everybody else, jump into our Discord, and you'll probably become acquainted with them soon as well. And we just want to make sure that we feel like we're doing a
decent job, but it's always good to have an extra set of eyes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And they've got great qualifications, and they are a practicing witch themselves. So
that's always a plus.
Yeah. We love to have an additional witchy viewpoints.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I think we're going to have to leave it at that because of the internet issues.
Yeah.
It still says we're dropping about 20% frames. So we'll be working on our internet over the next few days.
Trying to get us hardwired in so we don't have to rely on Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So, I think then we'll be done for the evening.
Yeah.
So we don't have to restart everything again.
Yeah. Whatever we can put up on YouTube, you won't have to worry about the quality of that. That's going to be great. And we are so sad to have not seen you, Morningstar, today, but we are so glad that you were able to make it. And Megan and
I should be visible tomorrow, should anyone else go stream at the Cytherian.
Yeah, let's go through and you go ahead and you can get that started.
Oh, but that's it. That's it. 1 p.m. tomorrow. I'll be playing Hotel Renovator.
The underscore Cytherian?
No, just the Cytherian.
Oh, okay. Nice. You got the good version of the name.
I don't think you can use underscores on Twitch.
Oh, is that true? That would make sense. That's why I see so many names
Right.
that are all run together.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually. I have someone I follow who uses an underscore.
Oh, I wonder if they
peculiar.
found a sneaky underscore.
A sneaky underscore.
They got grandfathered in, maybe. All right, Megan, do you want people to find you, and if so, where?
Oh, yes.
Yes, I have an announcement this week.
Mhm.
My commissions are open. So if anyone wants to go and have anything done from, like, no project's too small, logo, selfie edits, the extensive edits that happen with Morningstar, touch-ups for Saucy, the Saucy website, who knows? But yeah, you can find me at Seafoam Workshop on Instagram and Twitter, and as well as my website, Seafoam Workshop. And if you go there, I have a portal for where you can send in a little description now of whatever project you'd like to get started.
Awesome.
So
That's so cool.
Hold open a commission or two for us.
oh, for sure.
Thank you. All right. Oh, and Azelwyn, we're definitely planning on showing off some of the artwork that you've shared with us in the past too. We actually have some great plans for the Baba Yaga's hut that we want to tell you about off camera. So, you sneak peek for something that might happen in the next 6 to 9 months. But yeah, Azelwyn, you want to let people know where to find you?
Literally everywhere at Azalin, and starting on the 15th, I will be back on Twitch here as well, and there will be a revamp of the entire look and everything on Twitch, and we will have emojis up and running by then, and I have just one final iteration to just kind of go over to get everything uploaded, and then I'll do like a quick test stream, so ignore any announcement you might see for the first one in the meantime, and then it should be up and running. I just need to get everything moved into the next room, and just so Twitter, Snapchat too, and the Facebook is under Azalin as well, and Twitch here is also under Azalin. So basically, Instagram as well. Just find me. Just search Azalin and you'll find me anywhere.
All right, Mia. Where can everybody find you? Can you hear me, Mia? Am I dropping too many frames or roboting too many voices? Can anybody else hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you just fine.
A single word.
My internet had an accident this time.
Oh.
So
Hope it didn't get you too messy.
I mean, in my case, we had like a complete blackout for 3 days of internet and electricity. So I'm gonna blame it on that and call it a night. Yeah, if you were talking to me, I didn't hear it.
Yeah, I was just wondering where everybody can find you.
Oh, you can find me at Robot Rainbows, basically on every platform. I mostly do drawing digital art. It's been quiet recently because I'm trying to focus on commissions that I have in this project, so I might be posting less personal stuff for a while there. I'm hoping that this project will include drawing Morningstar again at some point. That would be fun.
I certainly
I'm
hope
sure
so.
we could find a card.
Yeah.
That would work.
Yeah.
I mean, the Sovereign would likely need to be in the terror somewhere.
Yeah.
I think the Sovereign, at least the way we have envisioned it, will be in the additional 22 card Major Arcana that will be photography. Yeah, I have a feeling we could probably find a way to squeeze something in.
I mean, like the King of Swords.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, those were going to be familiars.
I don't know. Even one of them can be. We'll figure
One
it
of
out.
them. One of them. You're like,
Just one of them is
I'm
Morningstar.
gonna draw
The
my
others
familiar. Oh, my familiar's Morningstar. Shit. Shit and awesome.
Everyone does want to get quite familiar with me.
You'll have to make it like the Charlie Golden ticket. It's only in a few.
Ooh, yeah. Francina?
But yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Robot Rainbows everywhere. Megan, I'm gonna need some business cards, I think, so I might hit you up at some point.
Nice. Sounds like a plan.
Francita?
You can find me on Twitter at byfrancida, and
But not like by
my
Francita.
yeah,
No.
byfrancida, and my portfolio is byfrancida.com. I'm always open for commissions, but right now, any project that comes in now will I can start working in like 2 weeks. So
Nice.
just keep that in mind.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
an amazing amount of time. That's awesome.
Yeah. So, yep. Okay. And yeah, I think I also play Magic the Gathering, and I have an Instagram that is like dedicated to that, which is francida.mtg, and I do a lot of content for that, just like funny
Awesome.
memes and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it.
Is that?
Hi. You can find me pretty much anywhere at either Isa Belladonna or Isa Isa _Belladonna, or just I'm a link tree, link.tree/Isa Belladonna. The easiest and quickest way to get a hold of me is through the Balsamic Games Discord, where I am pretty active. Even when I'm quiet, I'm always lurking.
Look for the black hearts. If you see the black hearts, Isa has been there.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I got.
Awesome. And you can find us at our respective Twitters, which are Wildwood_Witch and Gavin the GM. Our company is Balsamic Games, so you can find that at Balsamic Games. And the official Twitter for this game is at Midnight Kith, Kith. So the kin of midnight, kind of to envelop everything that you might find in the city of midnight and beyond. So yeah, that's where the big announcement will come from. We're going to be growing that, as well as growing the Kickstarter notifications, and just we're hoping to watch that take off, and then we'll get this campaign started. And we can't wait for you all to see the really, really cool stretch goals we have planned. Some of the new art that we've been seeing that we can't wait to share with you. So jump on our Discord if you're not already there, and we'll talk to you all again very soon. See you next week for Deseret, Tuesday at 7?
Mm-hmm.
7 Eastern. All right. It was
I'll be waiting
awesome.
with bated breath.
Awesome to see you all tonight, and we'll talk to you again very, very soon.
Ciao, darlings.